Hi everyone, this is Kelly. I'm now ready to give you the most exciting GH news, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Right now, Carly stands at the crossroads of the hardest decision of her life, with her daughter Josslyn's safety hanging in the balance. I remember when Josslyn was just a little girl, full of fire just like her mother, and now here she is, caught in a dangerous web spun by Sidwell. It breaks my heart, but it also gets my blood pumping, because this feels like classic GH at its most intense. Carly knows deep down that Sonny is the only one with the kind of resources and sheer determination to pull off a rescue with real firepower. They've been through so much together over the years, the good times, the painful separations, and those explosive reunions that always seemed inevitable. Sonny, the Coffee King, as we all affectionately call him, has protected his own with a fierceness that's unmatched. But this time, things are different. Valentine has stepped into the picture with a promise so desperate and selfless that it has me questioning everything I thought I knew about him. He swears he'll infiltrate Windermere himself, ready to face a lifetime behind bars if that's what it takes to bring Josslyn home safely. I've always seen Valentine as a complex man, full of Cassadine shadows and redemption arcs. But this move shows a side of him that's truly heroic in a way that surprises even this old fan. The tension builds even more when Sonny discovers that Carly has been keeping vital information about Josslyn's location hidden from him. Oh, how my heart raced thinking about that confrontation. These two have a history that runs deeper than most relationships on the show, and trust has always been their biggest battle. Sonny finding out feels like a powder keg ready to explode, especially because it pits the man she once built a life with against the one she's leaning on now. I keep asking myself, will Carly's choice tear apart what's left of her family bonds, or will it finally force everyone to work together? In my opinion, and I've been wrong before, but the evidence from past arcs supports this, Carly's strength has always come from her ability to adapt. She's not the same woman who first walked into Kelly's all those years ago. She's grown wiser, more guarded, yet still fiercely protective. This dilemma proves it. Watching the confrontation between Sonny and Valentine unfold is pure soap opera gold. The Coffee King versus the escapee, it's a matchup loaded with history, grudges, and unspoken respect. Valentine's plan to go in alone might seem noble, but it risks derailing any coordinated effort. If Sonny charges ahead without full details, he could trigger one of those bombs Sidwell has planted, endangering not just Josslyn, but everyone involved. I've seen similar high-stakes rescues before, like the ones involving the Cassadines and their island schemes, but this feels fresh and more personal. What I love about this development is how it highlights the differences from older plots. In the past, Sonny might have bulldozed through with his organization, but now there's this layer of caution because of the bomb threat and Valentine's insider knowledge. It makes the story feel more layered, more mature, which is perfect for longtime viewers like me who appreciate when the show evolves without losing its heart. Personally, I think Carly's romance with Valentine brings a refreshing dynamic. He's not Sonny, and that's the point. Where Sonny represents that passionate, turbulent love of her youth, Valentine offers something steadier yet equally intense, laced with intellect and shared secrets. Some fans might disagree, and I've heard plenty of opinions in online discussions, but I see it as Carly finally choosing growth over repetition. This new tension in her story with Sonny isn't just drama for drama's sake. It's proving to be one of the biggest explosions we've seen in years. It forces her to confront old loyalties while forging new ones, and that internal conflict is what keeps me tuning in every day. Will she lean on her history with Sonny, or trust Valentine's desperate vow? The show is building this so skillfully that I can feel the anticipation building for the next episodes. One thing that stands out to me is how this plot weaves in the dangers at Windermere. That castle has been the site of so many memorable moments, family secrets, power struggles, and now a hostage situation with Josslyn trapped inside. Sidwell is a formidable villain, calculating and ruthless in ways that remind me of past threats, but with a modern edge that keeps things unpredictable. Josslyn being held there adds such emotional weight because we've watched her grow into a strong, independent young woman. Her mother fighting this hard for her rescue feels authentic to their bond. I wonder, though, what Josslyn is thinking in there, facing these perils alone. Is she plotting her own escape, or relying on the signals she's sending out? The writers are doing a wonderful job making us care so deeply. As I reflect on these developments, I can't help but compare them to some of my favorite eras. Remember the mob wars and the various kidnappings that tested every relationship? This current arc captures that same urgency but adds emotional depth through Carly's divided heart. It's not just about action. It's about the choices that define characters. Valentine's willingness to risk everything, including a return to prison, shows real character growth from the man who once carried so much baggage. Sonny, meanwhile, embodies that protective instinct we've come to expect. But his discovery of the withheld information adds betrayal to the mix, which could lead to powerful scenes ahead. I believe this will strengthen their co-parenting dynamic in unexpected ways, even if it hurts in the short term. The beauty of General Hospital is how it keeps delivering these shocks that feel earned. This new tension between Carly and Sonny, combined with Valentine's bold promise, is setting up what could be a game-changing sequence. What if Sonny's solo move accidentally activates the trap? Or what if Valentine succeeds and changes the power balance forever? These questions keep me up at night in the best way possible because I know the payoff will be worth it. For us longtime fans over 60 who have seen generations of characters evolve, this feels like a tribute to the show's resilience. It reminds us that love, family, and danger are forever intertwined in Port Charles. Carly's position is truly unenviable, yet that's what makes her such a compelling lead. She's balancing motherhood, romance, and survival instincts all at once. My take is that her decision will ultimately come down to what saves Josslyn fastest, but the fallout will ripple through the canvas for months. I've always admired how the show allows characters to make mistakes and learn from them. This isn't a simple black and white choice. It's messy, human, and utterly captivating. Valentine's desperation humanizes him further, proving he's more than his past. Sonny's reaction, I suspect, will be a mix of anger and concern, reinforcing why their connection endures despite everything. Looking ahead, the excitement is palpable. Will alliances form in surprising ways to take down Sidwell? Can Windermere's secrets be unraveled before it's too late? These elements create a sense of momentum that's hard to resist. I've shared many viewing years with friends and family, and we all agreed this is the kind of storytelling that hooks you for life. The personal stakes for Carly make every scene feel urgent and real. It's friendly rivalries turning into potential teamwork, old flames flickering amid new threats, and a mother's love conquering all. I have faith the writers will deliver twists that honor the history while pushing forward. This latest complication is driving the story further than I ever expected. What started as a desperate rescue mission has snowballed into something much larger, proving that Cullum is expanding his dangerous actions in ways that threaten the entire canvas. I've always appreciated villains who don't just lurk in the shadows, but actively widen their web, and Cullum is doing exactly that. His moves aren't random. They feel calculated to exploit old wounds and new alliances alike. The evidence is there in how he's maneuvering behind the scenes, forcing reactions that no one can fully control. In my opinion, this expansion makes him one of the most compelling antagonists we've seen in a while, because he's not content with one target. He wants chaos that ripples outward. What truly raises the temperature is how this endangers Nina as well. When the truth about Cassius's identity comes to light, everything changes. Nina has already endured so much heartache and reinvention. To see her pulled into this vortex because of a secret that's finally cracking open feels both shocking and inevitable. I keep asking myself how she will react when the full revelation hits. Will it destroy her trust in those closest to her, or will it spark a new strength we haven't seen before? The writers are handling it beautifully, giving us just enough hints to feel the impending explosion without rushing the payoff. For fans like me who remember Nina's complicated history, this development adds rich emotional layers that make every scene more meaningful. Carly stands at the center of it all, her decisions acting like ripples in a pond that keep growing into waves. By involving both Valentine and Sonny, she's created a powder keg where old rivalries and new affections collide. Valentine's willingness to risk prison to save Josslyn shows a depth I didn't always expect from him. Yet Carly's pressure is testing that resolve in dangerous ways. Sonny, with his protective instincts and powerful resources, is equally at risk of walking into Cullum's traps. I've seen these two men circle each other for years, and this current tension feels fresh because it's tied directly to a mother's love rather than just business or revenge. It proves that personal stakes always hit hardest in Port Charles. The new complications surrounding Cullum's expanding threats make me admire how the show balances action with character growth. It's not merely about who gets rescued, it's about how these dangers force everyone to confront truths they've buried. Nina's situation with Cassius in particular has me reflecting on how identity secrets have always been a cornerstone of General Hospital. When that truth emerges, I suspect it will lead to some of the most powerful confrontations we've witnessed lately. Will Nina find herself aligning with Carly despite past differences, or will it create fresh divisions? Either way, the heat is undeniable. As someone well past 60 who has cheered and cried through countless arcs, I find this storyline refreshing because it honors the show's legacy while pushing boundaries. The obsession driving Carly, the widening danger from Cullum, and the vulnerability of Valentine, Sonny, and Nina create a perfect storm. I believe the upcoming episodes will deliver satisfying twists that reward longtime viewers. Perhaps alliances will form in unexpected places, or maybe a single revelation will shift the power balance entirely. The beauty is in not knowing exactly how it unfolds, yet trusting that the emotional truth will shine through.